The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What's good? This your boy Kenneth Stones, aka Kofi Weaston, one half of the Dirty Hills, man. You already know what it is. I'm here to say what up to Off the Top Rope, man. Make sure y'all go follow, like, and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all go look into all these stuff, man. Y'all like wrestling, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to my son Blackheart all over there, man. Off the Top Rope, you are Dirty Hills approved.
We back with another episode of After Dark, OTTR Off the Top Rope podcast. But this is not your ordinary After Dark. Oh, good fucking Lord. He came in the previous episode and we hit, and he's still here. The great uncle, grandpa, is back in the house after his hiatus. Uncle Phattz is home.
Welcome back.
Tell the folks where you've been at.
Like Wings World.
The father of bacon.
Yeah.
The father of bacon.
The bacon.
You damn right. What's up, nephew? I see you. I see you.
We got Maverick, the hobo back in the building. Cyber A, the former OTTR.
Cyber man, what's up with that hat, bro?
Yeah, the hat was nothing else. I was trying to say, take your hat off.
Come on,
don't wear that Houston hat again.
You can't do that around here, sir. And then you got First Lady Shar. Then you got the First Lady Shar.
You don't tell me
as well. Oh, good God!
I can't do nothing.
Oh,
I'm about to come to your house and burn that motherfucker.
Go straight to the moon.
But Uncle Phattz, where the fuck have you been at, sir?
So I've been working between the three jobs. I just been grinding, and it's coming up to a little breathing room and stuff. Looking for a new job, like a new job that'll handle everything, better paid, so I don't have to do too much. And it's been going good so far. Other than that, man, I miss the whole podcast family and talking shit with you guys and, you know, getting on people's nerves and setting the record straight, man. I mean, it's you don't know how weird it is to be invested in something and then you have to step away for a little bit because you got to take care of the shit.
Of course.
So it's
understandable, man.
It is understandable.
It's been a little bit crazy, but you know what? I'm glad that I actually got the chance to kind of bust in and do a show last night.
And then you kicked down the fucking door as we're walking out the damn building. Like, all right, folks, have a good weekend, shit like that, and we out of here. Boom.
Well, I mean, you know, it's only right. I mean, you know, I kind of feel like I made an imprint with this family and me being who I am, I think, you know, the listeners kind of miss me and I miss and spitting knowledge and hearing you guys and arguing back and forth. And I kind of feel like this podcast is very strong and up and coming still. We still got some other doors to knock down, and I feel like once we can get everybody on board and you know, sky's the limit. Ain't nobody gonna stop this train from going. I mean, we 4K count. And like I said last night, as I sat there and thought about it, from the time when I came in, it was, I think you only had a couple, like maybe like 100 or something views at the time.
Wow.
And I just looked at shiz and I was just like, yo, I'm just coming to bring shit.
How you look at me? You talk to me. There's a difference.
Well, I mean, you know, as reference, as a little quote, you know, I just kind of felt like there was a lot more that needed to be done, and then to, you know, hear his his admiration and like to see, kind of visualize what and how he wanted to go, what direction he wanted to go. It was sky's the limit. And I told him, I said, bro, as long as I'm on this podcast, we're gonna be good. It don't matter who you bring in. I said, I'm gonna talk my shit, but we're gonna spit facts. And now we went from 100 or something to now 4K.
Wow.
Within a year,
That's
a year
amazing.
and a half. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of shit talking.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's
a big
lot
deal.
of shit talking. So it's a big deal. I mean, when you put people in the right spots to turn shit around, it makes things a lot much more easier and understandable. But it also puts a target on you.
It does.
Because now you got people who want that same type of success. So even though we're going to be knocking down doors and pushing on people, they're going to be people coming to do the same thing to us. And I'm one of those where, you can come and give me a nudge, but you ain't knocking me off my platform.
Nope.
And I fight back. So I'm for the shits and the giggles. I think I proved that whether I'm either on the podcast or if we're at a show or a house show, anybody that goes with me to a wrestling event knows I tear the house down. I will lose my voice to make your night a magical night. I will talk shit to all the wrestlers. And if I see somebody that's
Maverick, we already talked about going to the this Beyond Wrestling event that's coming to Somerville in November. They got Jeff Cobb going to be there. The card that I seen, I was like, that shit is lit.
It's gonna be a good card.
I can't.
You
I
already
was like,
seen the
yo,
card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably won't make it. I probably not gonna make it. I'm gonna be in jail in Texas.
No, supposed to wait, bro.
I'm gonna go down there and burn that fucking hat.
Yeah, but we're gonna play on going to that.
This is a good year, Cyber. This is a good year for you and your.
Tickets are $30 too, Maverick. By the way, so just in case you was to ask me that.
Y'all were doing somewhat decent this year, so hopefully y'all can catch up.
They cheating just as much. They cheating just as much.
Well,
like if you think
Mickey
about
James just won.
So, Uncle Phattz. So, do you think? So, what you think about AEW this far? Since you're here and you haven't been on, I'm about to ask you couple of questions. What do you think about the AEW product right now, currently? What's been going on for the last since you haven't been here? Say about what? That's like
speak your mind.
Yeah, matter of fact, go ahead, speak your mind.
All right, so I haven't been around for 3 months. And
wow.
Yeah,
Mickey really won.
Yeah.
So
they're giving her her due. They're giving her farewell, man.
Oh yeah, it's the farewell tour. All right.
Oh, she's retiring.
She probably will. It's close enough.
Close enough.
I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss like that pigeon toe bowling freak. Oh my god! I wish she'd give me a call so I can give us some bacon pointers.
Bacon pointers.
Yeah, because she's a farm girl, bro, and you know the.
Hey man, where's that bacon Bible of yours?
It's actually at my boy's house.
Oh,
he's sharing the gospel. He's sharing the gospel.
Yeah, I know. Yes. I'm spreading the love.
He's spreading the love.
Also, okay, so here's my feelings about AEW. I am so overly proud of how this company has embraced the hate, not in a negative way, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that everybody knew that they were going to get some WWE superstars, but we didn't know exactly who and when. We had some ideas, but we didn't know exactly who and when. And by doing that, not only did they kind of set the bar, but they also raised the bar very high for any other company, especially WWE, to kind of look at and be like, okay, what can we do to top this? If you think about it, what AEW did was they solidified themselves network-wise between TNT and TBS, which they'll be moving to shortly. But outside of that, what they did was they did something that WWE refused to do, and that was they compromised their rights to social media, meaning they have 2 strong shows that come on live every week, Monday and Tuesday. So even if you can't watch Dynamite or Rampage, you get to watch Dark episodes.
Yeah.
You still get to see the talent that's up and coming, something like NXT or 205. So you eliminate the hassle of trying to get cable when you can just turn on your smartphone or your tablet, whatever, and just click on YouTube and watch AEW. You can still get the same amount of action and knowledge of who's doing what the storyline is, how this is done, how that is done. So with that being said, I'm the only person that I'm waiting to see, which I know is coming soon before the end of the year, is Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Once he comes in, I just want Tony Khan to close the door.
Yeah.
Close the door for about a good year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then work with what you have.
Yes.
And build that up so that everybody that's there, including the new guys, have the opportunity to build that kind of camaraderie with each other, to where they know who's doing what's going to work here, who can go from AEW to Impact to New Japan, and that kind of triangle. I consider it like the pro wrestling triangle offense / defense. And how Tony Khan has done it was very kind of smooth. It was like a premature Vince McMahon dick move, but how he did it was brilliant. Okay, you took players that really were the vocal point of Monday nights. I'm not saying Monday nights, I'm sorry, WWE's Attitude Era. And you took everything that was said and done and all the negative shit, you worked on it and you capitalized on it and you profited from it and you built strong relationships with it. New Japan will never ever, and I can say this, and if I'm wrong, you can quote me on it. I don't think New Japan will ever do a deal with WWE.
No.
As long as AEW.
No.
So until that is done, that's, to me, New Japan Wrestling is like the intercontinental version of WWE, because they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're not from America and you're doing overseas wrestling, you go to New Japan.
Yeah.
That's where everybody else goes. And now you have this secondary wrestling company that comes into the fold, where you have legends of the likes of Jericho, Jim Ross, Taz, Arn Anderson, Jake the Snake, and the list goes on and on and on and on. All these guys who have personal relationships with New Japan, that have worked behind the scenes to help Tony Khan build this triangle offense / defense of professional wrestling, not entertainment, but wrestling. And then you add twist to it. by doing death matches or exploder matches or knockout matches. And I like how the fact that they take certain things that we are so accustomed to from WWF/WWE, and they made it their own. You won't hear a no holds bar match in AEW. You hear a knockout match or lights out match.
Mm-mm.
They literally have taken all the commercial shit that we have been accustomed to for the past 20 years, and now they're turning it back into a fan favorite.
Yeah.
People get excited to watch Rampage, to
Mm-hmm.
watch Dynamite, to watch the After Dark episode. Why? Because motherfuckers are tired of being entertained. We've
Mm-hmm.
been entertained for too fucking
Oh,
long.
for sure.
And AEW has now put that stamp of approval of what pro wrestling is. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm happy to see how AEW has come along since they've brought the show to the forefront. To be able to have that relationship with, and yes, some of that does feel like, WCW of old. But when you have guys that worked with WCW in the past that still have that relationship with Ted Turner, it's kind of hard not to respect the fact that, Ted Turner still has that chip on the shoulder from WWF / Vince McMahon. So if this is any way to stick it to a dickhead, well, you know what? Let's give you a time slot. Now, I will say this. We watched Crown Jewel, and it was a pretty, I'm not gonna say it was decent. It was a very good pay-per-view. But with that being said,
You mean Blood Money pay-per-view?
Yeah.
yeah, well that too.
Fuck that,
with
man.
that-
Don't be modest here. This is After Dark, damn it.
I got
You
you.
know,
I
for the
got
weekend down, man. We take the kid gloves off. You know what I mean? That's
All
a
right,
weekly
so-
taping. This one
Okay.
is straight raw. It's straight in your face. It's raw and real. You know, they're still there for 7 more years. 7 more years of this shit that we gotta get.
Oh gosh, 7 more years? It's crazy.
It's only been 3.
Of
Honey. It's only been
Crown
3.
Jewel?
Yes.
What, a Crown Jewel?
They signed a 10-year deal with the Saudi government.
Oh man.
Well, let's put
They
it this
do
way.
2 shows a year. That Saudi Arabia Crown Jewel and that Super Showdown joint. 2 shows every year for $55 million each.
Per
$55 million per show.
That's
Okay.
ridiculous.
Why do you
That's how
think
much
they
it's
make it so
amazing.
huge? Why do you think they make it so huge every year?
That's more than the damn Super Bowl.
It is. It's insane.
That's
Whatever.
more than the damn Super Bowl. If you're doing 55 million an inch, that's 110 million between the 2 shows. That's more than what the Super Bowl gets per year.
That's insanity.
Okay, and then not to mention the fact that I'm still holding Vince McMahon accountable for selling over his rights to Peacock for $1 billion. That's stupid retarded.
5 years. 5 years. You know how much that is? $250 million.
Ugh.
A lot of bread.
A lot of motherfuckers spread that old man's bank account. No wonder why Trump loves that so much. He knows how to make his moves clear.
Right. And the crazy thing about it is he does it so openly and publicly, and he gets away with it.
Hey, Hobo, why you looking so damn depressed?
Yeah, I'm just listening, man.
You don't look so damn depressed. Like,
I'm a fucking hobo. Ain't nothing fucking happy about my life, man.
I'm telling you, man. Find like a all brown blanket, wrap that shit around.
Let me tell you something.
Have like a dirty, like,
this is the After Dark
hat.
episode, man. you gotta chill up for Unc, man. You gotta chill up, man. 'Cause at the end of the day, bro,
No,
when
fuck
you good,
chill. What you talking
I'm
about?
no, I'm
Fuck
saying you
chill.
gotta chill.
Fuck chill. Check yourself, Q.
Your boy Uncle Phatt's back, bro. You gotta chill out, man.
Come on, man.
Come on,
I'm
Mr.
fine.
Hobo.
I'm just listening, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with me over here.
Okay,
You
This
crack
man,
one of those. Crack one of
he's
those
been
crazy smiles.
this man's been gone for 3 months, man. He gotta let this man ride out on what he's saying. He's been gone for 3 months.
Yeah, but
That's
you.
yo, 3 months
That
is a
is true.
long
He has been gone for
time,
like
bro.
what 3 months.
That's like it has been 3 months. We started the season back up in August, and I did like
What?
I think I did like one show, and then after that I didn't do any because I was sick. So August, September, October, and now we're about to head into
Oh,
November. That's almost 3 months.
I'll be right back.
So, but I am just anxious to see how AEW finishes the year.
Same
And I
here.
think with Bray Wyatt coming in, I kind of feel like that's going to be
Well, rumor has it right
full
now
fit.
he's leaning towards Impact Wrestling right now. So is Braun and Eric Rowan too. They're going to try to form the new form of the Wyatt family in Impact Wrestling.
That's interesting.
That is real interesting,
And
especially.
And I'm actually kind of surprised no Buddy Murphy yet.
Well, he's
no
in.
no Braun Strowman. So I don't know what's going on with that either.
Well, Buddy Murphy just posted on Instagram that some highlights. He's actually doing indie shows right now.
Oh wow.
So he's I think he's mentally preparing himself to go to New Japan because that, if I'm not mistaken, that's completely new territory for him. He
It
hasn't
is.
done New Japan before. So
No.
I think he's saving himself like to really do like the crazy stuff. He's saving himself for when he gets there, when he gets to New Japan. He wants to make a splash when he gets there.
I'm not surprised.
that's actually not bad for him considering the kind of talent he is. I think that would be a great fit for him, like to go over there for like a year or two and
Yeah.
then come back and either do Impact or do AEW. And I would like to see him and Malachi Black go at it. Just because of the history or the little history that they have in WWE. And then with the whole Bray Wyatt thing, I'm actually okay if they go to Impact. I kind of feel like if they came into AEW with the whole Dark Order and the Matt Hardy family and the Pinnacle, and you got the Inner Circle, like it's a lot of fractions and groups, and then you got the whole elite
Oh,
thing.
he's full daddy mode.
And
Hey, baby.
I want to see how they do this first in Impact, and I feel like once they get the pieces together,
Yeah.
I think that's when Bray's gonna go for the title, and then once he goes for the title, I think that's when he's gonna make his leap to come over to AEW with Braun and Eric, and that's when the whole Bray Wyatt family is going to be introduced to AEW. That's if they go the Impact route first.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's the thing.
does.
It really does make sense for them to actually go and do something like that.
Mhm.
Just because if Bray Wyatt wants to be able to work somehow with the Dark Order later on, as if he signs with Impact, that would be the way for him to do it. Like if he brings his own little group with him, it could make the Dark Order look serious again.
It could.
Like, but because right now they're a comedic gag now.
Balls.
Yeah.
No offense, but they're like a negative New Day.
What's up, little nephew?
Oh,
That's
it's a little
girl.
It's a girl, bro. I only I only breed girls, bro.
Bro, we
I
gotta get
feel
you a
you.
dude,
I
bro.
feel you.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me see the little princess face. Cause you know I'm far away, bro. I saw the curls. Yeah, she's still like her daddy.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She sure does. She's a little sick. She's thrown up 4 times now. She's had about 5 baths today.
Ooh.
Oh, she's on the daddy's wings.
Yeah. So she's
She's like,
telling me
who is
like
that fat dude right there?
she's looking at the computer like, who are all you
big,
guys?
big giant. So fast,
I love
man.
the
So
baby.
I
Yeah.
mean, you already talked about the Blood Money pay-per-view. So what else you think about the Roman Reigns storyline? The him and Brock Lesnar. What you think about that?
Okay, so let me say this. I'm actually kind of glad that he didn't lose the belt, even though I had Brock as the winner. I see what WWE is doing, and they want him to kind of either tie with Brock Lesnar or beat Brock Lesnar's record
Yeah.
by a couple of days or so.
Mm.
And I'm okay with that. I kind of feel like when it comes to SmackDown, I think the the writers in the back or the people in the back are really kind of listening to the fans. Even though we love Brock Lesnar, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of miss the old Brock Lesnar that took bumps, that took losses, and kept going. Because this new Brock Lesnar, they made him see so like unbreakable and so like you can't be touched, and I can do what I want to do. Now this new type of Brock Lesnar, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm secretly like a kid at a brand new Toys R Us that just opened up down the street. I love this new Brock Lesnar. No, nobody's talking for him. Nobody's speaking for him. He's coming out his way. He's coming out as the new beast incarnate. And then not only on top of that, to add the twist on that he has a 20-year relationship compared to a 40-year relationship with the family. That's like a real strong love affair. It's like someone who's been married and all of a sudden for the past 20 years of the 40-year relationship, you've been side fucking somebody else
Here
and
comes
making a
Here
shit
comes the
ton of
wife and
money.
kids you don't know
Yeah,
about.
yeah. And it's like now the wife and kids are grown and it's like, hey dad, did you forget about us? Did you forget about the journey we had these past 20 years? And I feel like because of the fact that how SmackDown is on Fox, and Fox is known for controversy and just a lot of bullshit from time to time, especially with the news, like, and then them having somewhat partial control over what they want the viewers to see. I kind of feel like I was talking to my brother earlier today about this, uh, and he had pointed something out that really kind of stuck with me. Like Fox wants that attitude aggression back. They want to get that view of those viewers back that they once had. You know, Fox is known for bullshit. They're known for propaganda, trash TV. I mean, hell, look at some of the shows that we grew up on um, as kids growing up. You know, The Simpsons was like the first, adulterated cartoon that really just kind of set the tone for like Family Guy and King of the Hill and all this other stuff. And then you got Married with Children. You got a couple of King of the Hill. You got a couple other shows that really kind of pushed that edge for shit that wasn't allowed on other networks. And then you take a company that's been around for over 50 years, and then you take a show that's kind of an entity of its own, um, that was popularized to me by two of the greatest wrestlers that are still alive, which is The Rock and The Undertaker. For them to kind of set the tone for SmackDown and for it to become what it is now, it's crazy. Like it's absolutely insane. And I feel like Fox is digging into that side that was once lost. Like, hey, we need that SmackDown hotels type shit. We need that in your face / in your house type stuff. We need that old school like
They want
not
the
only is it
WWF, not the WWE. That's what they want. They want the
right,
WWF.
right.
And here's the thing. I'm sure some of y'all heard about this, but apparently Fox might be looking AEW's way in regards to once WWE's contract's up if they keep on pulling their crap.
I'm not
Which
surprised.
I
Wait,
mean, that's a big
the way they've
deal.
been doing
That would
it,
change the
that's
game
crazy.
completely.
That would definitely change the network game
They want
completely.
wrestling, you know what I'm saying? They don't
But
want
then
this
what's gonna
bull-
happen to the TBS and TNT?
No, they're still gonna have that. What's gonna happen is this. This is
They're
what's
gonna
gonna happen.
integrate it.
No, they're not they're not gonna integrate. They might integrate it, but if they integrate it, that's gonna cause problems. What they're gonna do is they're gonna choose between either Dynamite or Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
One show is gonna be on TNT or TBS, and the other one's gonna be on Fox. And
Yeah.
if that doesn't work out, they're gonna take one of the dark episodes that's on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna keep one on YouTube, and then either put that one on Fox. So it's like
That would be
now
interesting.
here's your new NXT / dark.
That
You
could be
get what I'm saying?
interesting. Yeah.
If you got 4 shows, right? You got 4 shows. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Your 2 main shows are on TNT and TBS.
Yeah.
Once the contract's up, and then you pitch that idea, you can choose on which one you want. Now, knowing Tony Khan, he's probably going to go for the bread and butter, which gives the viewers more opportunity to chime in and really see the wrestlers that they want to see, because a lot of folks are not dealing with cable anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's usually through your laptop computer. If you got like a Fire Stick or one of them streaming joints, you can do it like that. So it's one of those things where you have to question, is it worth the risk? Now, I kind of feel like Vince McMahon has something up his damn sleeve, like he always does. For some reason, this motherfucker always has an ace in his hand, and he always seems to throw it at the very last minute, and he wins every fucking time.
It's when he goes all in. It's when he does his
Right.
best.
I think I agree with that. I think what's going to happen though is if that happens, he'll probably end up finding a bigger and better network. Like,
But the question is who, man? That's the question. Who? You've been with USA for so long.
Yeah.
And then who was SmackDown under before they went with Fox?
They might, you know,
Shit,
I hate
you
to
might
say,
never know. What if Vince
You have-
McMahon pulls a Ted Turner and he gets his own network? He can do whatever the hell that he wants.
his
Fine,
ass might.
good.
That's
He
the
might
only
not-
biggest game in town. Because where
He-
else can you go? Because where else can you go was that higher than Fox?
Yeah.
Fucking MTV, NBC.
No, because everybody
No,
don't have
ABC.
that.
No.
You can go to the channel 5, 7, 10.
No.
Those
This
are
is
all family show
entertainment
networks.
that we're talking about here,
Yeah,
man.
that's all
Yes.
family show, bro. They're not gonna
Bro,
buy that.
if you want entertainment, they'll go to VH1. They'll go to MTV. They'll go
No.
to one of those shows
No.
where all they
No.
do is play them
No.
stupid shows.
No.
But
WWE
again,
make more money than majority of all those goddamn networks that you just named.
but then again, he also might be in the works of making his own network.
That's the only way for him to actually keep to keep the gear going.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He
all
creates
it
his
is.
own channel that goes on cable networks or other like cable companies and shit like that. Oh my god, he'll change the game before he even dies.
Yeah, you know, he might
And
have.
see, he had an
own network
opportunity
going.
to do that. He had the opportunity to do that when he came out with the WWE network.
Mm-hmm.
And then his stupidity got in the way,
Yeah.
and his greed got in the way, and then he sold it to Peacock. Like, what the hell?
That was a
So
disaster.
Yeah.
you went from being hardcore to now selling your shit to cop. That's what you did. Okay, you sold your Cox, you sold your shit to Cox for $1 billion, and now you want to rebuild something that was literally game changing and epic.
Mm-hmm.
No other wrestling company had their own network where you can chime
No.
in, and I mean people were willing to pay $10 a month to see all of their favorite wrestling pastimes, and
Mm-hmm.
you cut it short.
Yep.
You cut it short. Could you imagine if he didn't sell his shit to Peacock and then he actually kept WWE Network going and did something like how Oprah did, where after she finished, doing her TV shit, she came out with her own network.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if Vince McMahon took the same concept and came out with the WWE Network and had the rights to everything? You can put and do whatever you want on your network. That means any commercials now have to pay you. All your sponsorships have to pay you so that they can put their endorsements or put their commercials up there to be seen. Now that means you have complete control over what comes on your station. That means there's no holds bar, there's blood and gore, there's all types of shit. Because now you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you took
He
the
won.
sucker route. You took the sucker route and you sold your shit to the cops.
Oh.
And that's the shit that makes you mad because now when you go on there, it's like you go from watching hardcore porn to watching softcore HBO,
That's
specials.
like watching ECW, then you watching XPW.
Right. Right.
We don't even need to talk about that.
It's like, dude, I understand it, but it's like, dude, that money would have been better after you capitalized on your own shit. Like I understand Vince McMahon is a money man, he's a money machine, but not all money is good money.
Like this whole blood money shows that he's doing for the next 7 years. That's bad money.
Not only
That's
on
bad
top of
money.
that, Simon, but not only on top. Okay, Simon, take out the blood money, right? Now,
congratulations to Josh Alexander winning the
you're
Impact
gonna have
Championship
a
with
hard
Christian
time.
Cage in a classic match.
You're gonna have a hard time trying to change the narrative because you got your rights to the cops. So now your blood money is going to compensate for you selling your shit to the cops? For what? And they're not even doing you motherfuckers justice.
No, they're not.
So what does that mean now? That means now we have to watch. We have to watch
What if
past time shit?
I hate to say it like this because I would hate to see Vince do this, because I do feel like that there's enough room in the wrestling world for multiple brands to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
But I just looked up the net worth for NBC. NBC is sitting at $30 billion, and they just bought the library for WWE for $1 billion. What if Vince McMahon is playing the long game, the con game, the long into it, and he's wanting to build up his portfolio to wind up turning around and
he's doing it right now.
Who?
Moose
just won the title.
I'm not surprised.
You both got some work. But then again, you did actually win your actual pick. So that did count. But shit,
that was kind of dirty.
Let's go, Moose. Let's go.
That was kind of dirty though to have.
I don't
Josh
care.
Alexander's
he finally
family
got
there.
back on top. Thank you, Impact Wrestling. Oh, Deuce would
Okay.
have been so happy right now.
Okay, but let me go back to my theory here. What if Vince McMahon is trying to build up his portfolio? He did the
He
short
got
game.
his wife and his kid on the ring.
He's doing his short game, which is
Damn.
sell the library for $1 billion to get that money in. They continue making their money. Let's say Vince is around for another 5 years, 5 to 10 years. He builds up enough. What if he winds up buying Peacock? What if he winds up buying NBC?
Oh no.
Oh hell no.
And he's like, here's the knife in the back to all y'all. And I have my own network. Everything's on NBC now. And NBC is not NBC anymore. It is the WWE network.
That's not gonna happen.
Well,
and I'm gonna tell you why.
He'll buy out one of these.
I'm gonna tell you
he
why.
could probably buy out one of these other options. I mean, one of these other networks. He could.
But the last person that tried to buy NBC is gonna die in jail. His name is Bill Cosby. NBC don't want their network going to nobody else. No. They don't give a fuck.
Twice, no.
They don't give a fuck if it's white or black.
No.
You try and come out after your shit, they'll pull your cards and figure out what the fuck you've done in your past, and that's it.
Yeah.
And we all know Vince McMahon got that past that nobody wants to talk about.
Exactly. I guarantee you, we'll find some John Gruden emails in fucking Vince McMahon's email.
Hold on, Hillary. What are you talking about? I just sitting there blood money. Don't say nothing. Now, I will say this. Because of how SmackDown is, what my brother has said to me, it also like rattled my thought process, because it was like Fox is known for controversy in sports. And if you're being labeled as entertainment, sports entertainment, you know how every week on YouTube, there's a top 10 of the top 10 moments of Raw, top 10 moments of SmackDown. You think Vince McMahon would try to work a deal with Fox so that their top 10 can be put on SportsCenter, can be put on any other sports channel?
No.
Just to kind of hype up the viewers?
No.
And why not?
It wouldn't even make it to ESPN.
SportsCenter wouldn't even look at them the right way to even say, okay, we can actually do that.
Also, SportsCenter is owned by Disney. So Disney is the only realistic company that would be able to turn around and say, hey, let me dig in my coin purse. Let me buy WWE real quick. They're the ones that could say that. But I looked at the current value of Fox right now. It's $12.3 million.
Yeah, that's like
12.3 billion, excuse me.
I was about to say.
I was like, million. Whoa.
Billion, sorry. No, so
like, why did Vince McMahon buy them out earlier?
I could see. Like I said, how do we know that he's not playing the long game here? Because we, like you said, Phattz, Vince always has an ace up his sleeve when he gets backed into a corner, and we've seen it. We saw it back in the old Monday Night Wars, where he just flat out bought WCW. Now, do I see that happening with Tony Khan? No, because I think his dad has more money than what Vince does.
He does.
He does. I mean, Tony Khan pretty much admitted it. He pretty much said we can run this show with no commercials longer than you can.
Yeah, he did.
So
now let's put the shoe on the opposite foot here. What if Tony Khan's daddy walks up to Vince McMahon and says, hey, I got this much money that I'm willing to pay you for everything.
Buy out WWE.
Vince McMahon won't let that happen.
Vince McMahon will not let that happen.
That's too much pride. That's too much pride and too much of a legacy that has been built from his father, passed down to him. And then you got to think about his kids.
Yeah.
That would be a war that would never ever end.
No.
Nobody
Well,
would
then-
be able to buy out WWE. I'm sorry.
Well,
No.
well, then why then we have to ask the big question. Then why in the heck is WWE selling out so much stuff? Why in the heck are they selling off their library to be shown on Peacock? Why are they giving away their pay-per-view rights to Peacock?
Mhm.
Why are they doing that here in the States? They're shuttering NXT brands.
Yeah.
You know, the UK is getting shuttered. So
Japan's been closed down and shuttered.
yeah, exactly. So
India too.
Look at it as a war. Look at it as
Yeah.
a war, right?
That don't mean nothing, man. This is all financial, though, man. You're shaving a lot of these expenses to save up that money, right? In order for you to do that, what's going to be your next game plan to try to clean up that fucking portfolio? This is what our main account looks like, and this is what the fuck that we are letting this shit go for.
You got to look at it as an art of war.
Yeah.
Your WWE is at war with everyone right now.
Okay, but what Cyber was asking was what if, not if this was potentially what happened, because I really truly believe that this won't happen at all.
No.
I'd rather see AEW die on its knees than being able to be sold out to Vince
Yeah.
McMahon behind closed doors for millions of dollars on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just won't work that way. It'll just make Tony Khan look like one of the most ridiculous people in the whole wrestling industry next to Vince Russo.
It really would.
but
That'd be
also
a huge
too,
thing.
I don't
And
think
Cody's too.
I don't
Mhm.
think Vince would give a shit if he was
Right.
going to live high off the hog for the remainder of his
Right.
life, however long it lasts. And plus, have that stress anymore. Come on. I think if the right dollar amount was to come across his table, I think he would be more than willing to, because Shane McMahon's already gone again. He's
Yeah.
already started taking authority away from Paul Levesque.
Mhm.
And Stephanie McMahon, yeah, she's a good businesswoman, but at the end of the day, do you really see him passing the torch down to her? No.
No.
Who else is there other than Paul Levesque?
That's it. That's the only person
That's
that would have
it.
took it is Triple H.
There is no anybody
Shawn
else.
Michaels too right now, because is he still currently running NXT in his absence?
He's still in NXT, yeah, because
Mhm.
he's got his hands all over the North American Championship right now.
Yeah, he's running it into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
might
it's-
not be by his choice, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we all know what we know. NXT is now going to be NXTE, Next Entertainment 2.0.
Right?
Wow. Wow. Shots fired. Shots
Oh,
fired
man.
and delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But it's fucking true.
I mean, he's right. The
No,
format
right.
definitely did change the very moment with that new logo
Yeah.
came out. I was like, oh no.
And the new color scheme and everything.
That was it for me. I was like, nope, that's the warning sign right there to walk away from this. And sure enough, here I am, 5 weeks later, and I'm already like, my God.
We said we'll give it
Oh.
2
And then I was
episodes
like,
and
Braun
we'll see
Baker's
what
going to get new
happens.
NXT champion by Tuesday night. It's like, it's going to happen. I'm sorry, folks.
Well,
And
my thing is I'm gonna agree with Cyber Yeti with, just to piggyback and add on to what I stated earlier about Vince McMahon always having that ace up his sleeve. For some reason, he's got the biggest luck of all time for someone who's so shady and just conniving and just undermining and not giving a shit about people. At times, this dude has an abundance of luck. Like, he's a blessed individual to be playing with that kind of money and these kind of people. It's like you have one man who has literally housed just about, I say 80% of the people that we grew up emulating and becoming fans of, and all this crazy shit that you're hearing on these dark side of the ring type shit is, bro, what kind of cesspool, brothel, prostitution, drug-related killing spree type of thing you got going on over here in your company? Like, what are you doing? And then just to sit there and just not give a damn, it's just crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy. The almighty dollar
Yeah.
always reigns supreme, bro. Like,
Mhm.
what the hell? So I wouldn't put it past Vince on any level when it comes to this thing that we call wrestling, or let me say this, entertainment.
And
Because I kind of felt like he was tired of the whole wrestling business, and I think that's why he turned it into entertainment.
Yeah.
For the money. And I think once he did that, I think that's when all the bullshit happened. You know, the deaths, the stories, the people leaving and not being happy.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I look at some of these losses of wrestlers like the Chris Benoits and the Eddie Guerreros and all these other guys, and I kind of feel like that whole changing of wrestling going into entertainment, not being able to do the things that you were accustomed to or that helped pave the way, you know, we're now possibly being taken. Could you imagine Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit being a part of this day and age of wrestling?
Oh man.
No, and also too, I think wrestling would be a lot different if Eddie Guerrero, if Chris Benoit, if some of these wrestlers who died at a young age, Owen Hart, you know,
Yeah.
if they were still around now
Mhm.
and they could have played out the legacies that they could have played out.
Mr. Perfect too.
Mr.
Yeah.
Perfect also.
Vader.
Perfect. You got Test. Don't forget Test.
Mhm.
Test was
Tess
on
would have
display.
been he would have been a world champion.
He would have.
I mean, a lot of things would be different if these wrestlers were still alive.
Yeah.
I feel like if these wrestlers were still alive at this point in time and WWE is where it is now, there'd be a lot more independent shows than what there are now.
Yeah.
I could tell you this: we would see an Eddie Guerrero, we would see a Chris Benoit. They would have been in AEW. They would have been in New Japan. They would have been in these other
AAA.
organizations,
They would've.
AAA.
CMLL.
Yeah. It would have been a lot different. And I think maybe the changes that were made in WWE that made them into an entertainment group, I think some of those changes would have been prolonged. They wouldn't have happened as quickly as they did if these wrestlers were still alive and they were still putting out really good wrestling.
Well, I mean, they would have still been putting out good product because they had strong structural backgrounds in their careers. And you got to think about the guys who they wrestled to get to where they at. First of all, let's just mention Owen Hart. If Vince McMahon would have never allowed him to stoop that low as to dressing up like a masked Avenger and having him do all that bullshit, he would still be here. He'd be champ. He'd be multi-champion. Actually, he'd be greater than his brother. He would literally be the best there is. If for some reason in wrestling, when you have generational wrestlers, is usually the second generation,
That's good.
like the second brother that always has best success than the first.
Yeah.
And I think that was where it was going. And I think after that whole Montreal Screwjob, we saw the demise, downfall of the Hart Foundation, and how much of an effect it took on Owen Hart to now where he had to step up to the plate a lot much quicker than what was expected because of it that happened. And I kind of felt like if shit was just on the up and up, and if Bret Hart would understand that, okay, it's okay to lose the title, even though he didn't want to, I kind of felt like that that could have saved Owen Hart from
Yeah.
doing these gimmicks and dressing up like a damn blue fool.
Mm.
You know what would have saved Owen Hart? Not doing that fucking stunt.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If he did not,
And now it's Vince McMahon who pushed that too.
and that's why I said that whole screw job of getting Bret Hart out of here was the demise that led to Owen Hart's death. Bret Hart was the one that kept the Hart Foundation intact. They didn't do anything without Bret Hart. Bret Hart was the leader of that pack. Think about all the guys that were involved in that Hart Foundation before
British Bulldog, Neidhart, Owen Hart, Bret Hart. Come on.
Yeah.
You also had
Brian Pillman.
Yep.
But you also had the other brother that nobody talks about that was there at some point in time. You had this group of family that literally were becoming the it factor in WWF. And everybody knows that when you become bigger than Vince McMahon,
Yep.
something's
Yes.
and that's when the whole screw job shit came up.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw the demise and the hatred, and we all saw that 2-ounce loogie that he spit on Vince McMahon on live TV. And that just shows you, you're not bigger than nobody.
No.
You're just another man behind the scenes who's trying to make something of themselves, but you're killing wrestling. And once that whole shit went down, look what else spiraled down. A lot of the guys that we once looked at became no longer. They were no longer in WWE. I mean WWF at the time, and they all went to WCW. And then they turned into has-beens.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Vince knew what he was doing. And with that being said, I mean, once your leader is gone, anybody else that stays behind is slim pickings. And Owen Hart was the slim pickings for Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
That you screwed me, you spit on me.
Well, now your family's going to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your brother.
Exactly like the whole situation of the Click when Razor Ramon and Diesel left to go to WCW, who was the one that was left behind. They weren't going to touch Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels was one of their big guys at that time. So Triple H, he got shit on for God knows how long. I mean, forever before he finally got his push and he got his character change, and he became the Triple H we know and love.
Even X-Pac. You know what I'm saying? He went from the 1, 2, 3 kid. He was part of that clique, and he was doing good for himself. And then all of a sudden, he gets into DX, and it's like all the shit that he once used to do. Now he just looked like a short man complex that always looks drunk and high.
Yeah.
And like when he gets mad, he just want to tell you to suck it in 1,000 different ways, and then that's it. Like he became the poster boy of what it is to be a bandwagon punching bag. Even though everybody knew that he had a heart, it was like he wasn't feared anymore.
No.
He was just a joke.
He was just another guy.
Blame the drugs. Blame the motherfucking drugs.
Blame that night in China.
Uncle Fast, you can be talking for a year and a fucking day, and you're gonna be done rocking my ass to sleep. So I am pulling the plug on this before I actually doze off.
That's because you were smoking like 4 blunts, bro.
No, I only smoke. I only smoke 2. And looking at Married too, he's tired as well. I read that shit all over his fucking face.
Well, he got a little mama on his lap, man.
Mr. Bacon Gossip, Mr. Bacon Passer. Uncle Phattz.
I'm the bishop of bacon. I ain't no pastor.
Bishop. Whatever. Bacon Bishop, Bacon Dominator, Baconator, whatever. Baconator. Like the damn Wendy's burger. Yeah, I said it. Folks, this is where we're going to draw the line. Uncle Phattz, you've been here for a little over an hour, and you laid a lot of shit on the table, talking about heavy. Needless to say, this After Dark has been brought to you by Bacon. pure freshness of pure pork and veggie bacon. Sponsor.
Thick cut. It got to be thick cut. It can't be the regular shit
What?
that you get price
Okay.
like a barbershop.
That thick
cut.
maple.
Hit that
Yeah,
like, share,
maple-
subscribe,
maple
comment button below. Make sure you put some bacon strips down there for Phattz as well.
Yeah, right. I'm eating them shits all day, bro. I'm
Oh,
eating
man.
them all day.
Folks, man, we got some heat coming for y'all. We got Christopher Neely. I gotta reschedule that one. We got Layla Gray coming back into the building. Ooh, Tiny to Neely is coming in the building as well. I can't wait for that. Then we got the Halloween edition of Last Week of Wrestling later on this week. So, oh man, I want to see some costumes, y'all. I want to see some face masks, or okay, come dress up as our favorite wrestlers. I don't know.
Just a spoiler alert. I can't find a costume to fit my fat ass.
Well,
So,
you're already
yeah.
Andre the Giant, so just find yourself a
No,
black onesie, call it a day.
Andre the Giant is white, bro. I don't
Drape
have
yourself in
For
bacon.
what? Who
I'm
cares?
not doing
Be
no
the
white
Bishop
shows.
Bacon.
Well,
Be
I could
Omos.
do that, but then I don't.
Turn yourself into Omos.
Oh, Omos. See,
Oh,
perfect.
nice.
I'm bigger than Omos.
So what? Who gives a shit? Oh, you gotta be.
And Omos is bald, bro. Omos is bald.
So
I got hair. You see,
Shave
I can
it.
put my hair
Shave
back
it.
and forth.
Turn yourself into Viscera.
With the
Oh,
big
man.
silk pajamas and everything. Be like,
Maybe you
Walk
could get
around
away
with
with
it,
that. And then you put some,
what I do
and then
is-
all you gotta do is put some contacts in your eyes, black lipstick, all that shit.
just
I'm
put a
not doing
blonde
no
streak
black
down the
lipstick,
center
bro.
of your head.
I'm not doing no
Oh,
black lipstick, bro. I mean, if I had the mohawk, I would consider it. I was thinking of being like the fat black Jamaican version of Big from Robin Big. Just have a black shirt. Just kind of have that little weird eye, like talk that shit on the side.
Like, I don't know,
Yo.
look at the left or the right. Which
Yeah,
one do I look at?
just trying to cock eye me, hey.
that's ridiculous. Yo, do y'all plug in your showers? Let's get the hell out of here.
Eh,
Folks, y'all know what the hell to find us. Do I need to say more? I don't need to say it. Hit that like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us everywhere and everywhere. Appreciate
Well,
it. Bye,
get my
merch.
plugins because my plugins haven't been plugged in for 3 months. So
We'll go, man.
shout outs to all my motherfucking baconers and baconettes out there.
You know what Uncle Fast was doing? He was doing the whole 90-day fiance shit. So where's your fiance at, man?
Oh, I've been doing my fiance shit. Yeah, I've been chilling. I've been going on vacation shit, but I wanna give a shout out to all my OTTR family and fans. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for accepting me for who I is and what I was about. I know that was a little broken English, but y'all get it. That's how fat people talk when you're constantly hungry. And just know that before the season ends, your boy is gonna have y'all laughing before you go to bed because that's a bed, bro. That's like sending a fat person to camp and telling him he can't eat, and then when he finally able to eat, you want to cut him
Eric
off.
Cartman right there.
Yeah,
That's what Eric Cartman said.
So
No
you
joke.
got
Go to a weight loss program, but yet you're sneaking in snacks and selling them to the other fat kids. That's
Snacks.
Oh man, Maverick, go.
It's time to go. Thank you. Enjoy.
And fuck WWE, bring back WWF.
Nah,
Okay.
nah. It's not
Shars-
even worth it.
Oh. It's not even worth it today. All right, Char.
Thanks for all the support, guys. Thanks for getting us to 4,000 views and keep following us on all social media. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us wherever you can listen to us at.
Last but not least, the OTTR champion, Cyber Yeti.
Man, it sounded so sad when you say that, man.
Don't go there, man.
Sounded so sad.
Okay, fine. All right, fine. And your OTTR champion, Cyber Yeti.
shit. Can I get an autograph, Maestro? Can I get an autograph?
Hey, no autographs, man. No autographs, no pictures.
Hey,
no.
autograph that hat for me and send it to me.
Done.
Yep.
Done.
Sign the brim and send it my way.
There you go.
So I can send you a video of me burning it.
Oh man.
Guys, thank you so much for following. We do appreciate it. Follow me on all my socials at Cyber Yeti or at YouTube, Cyber Yeti 2016. We will be back next week with our Halloween edition. Don't know who. And we will see the results of Big Mike and I's match. Who's going to be the one that's going to hold the title? We will find out next week. And again, guys, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And we will see you next week.
Until then, ladies and gentlemen, good job. Adieu. Adieu.
Turn your back on the wolf pack. You might wind up in a body bag.